Did you know that creativity is a cycle? Well, in this next video, I'm going to talk about that cycle and also how to keep you motivated when the cycle starts to slow down.
I think that people should be able to achieve what they want and happiness without compromising who they are.
What does courage look like? Is having that fear and you still take the action anyway.
Hi, I'm Alison Robertson. I'm a solution-focused life coach, a television actress, and the author of the book ENOUGHNESS, the simple truth to embracing you, which Forbes tapped as the top 7 books to help you help yourself. And on my channel, I talk about all things about the creative brain and how to feel confidence every day. And if you like my content, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the like button because I drop a video every Wednesday, and leave me a comment below if you want to hear me talk about something, or if you want to work with me. Check out my website, collaborate with me, and have a discovery call. See if I can help you. Creativity. We all love it, we all need it, and we all use it. So creativity is like electricity, right? We never use it up. It's just something we plug into. But remember, creativity goes in a cycle. We have an idea, we take an action, we have input, but then we need to rest. You need to remember that not every day is an input day or an output day. We need to let that idea marinate. And I think a lot of creatives forget this because we are the generator of our creativities. Now, I'm mostly talking about what? Actors or writers, but I'm also going to be talking about artists or visual artists or even content creators. So when you have an idea, you can take an action and then let it sit for a minute. Let it percolate, let it brew, let it breathe, let it rest. See if maybe it gets bigger or it changes or becomes something that you didn't know it could become. Not every day, like I said, is an output day. Some days we just have to get our feedback. I'm a huge one for feedback. I love feedback. Feedback is when we see, does someone like what we're doing? Does someone have a better idea for us? Does someone not understand our concept? So when we think about creativity as being a cycle, something that we get into the flow of. So when we're in the flow of creativity, there's nothing better, I can tell you that. But when we're creative and we have a need to do something, put something out there, use our voice, but maybe we're lacking that motivation, or we've started something and it's fallen flat, or it has a little lackluster. What can we do to get that creative flow going again, that cycle going? Because maybe our rest has turned into a stop. So what happens when you're in the creative cycle and you've given yourself the permission to rest, but then all of a sudden that rest becomes a stop or a failure to launch? Here are 6 ideas to get the creativity flowing again. So the first one is, it's my favorite, it's what I call going back to one. So those that are actors know that going back to one on a set means going back to where you began the scene. Putting everything back. The props, the actor, the camera, the lights, everything goes back to one. So what do I mean by that? I want you to clean up your environment. Wherever you are creative, declutter your space, make it pretty. Make it somewhere that's inspiring to you. Or in my terms, put your creative space back to one. 2, stop being perfect. So now, wouldn't that be a contradiction? I just said clean up your space. Would that sound like you trying to be perfect? No. When I say stop being perfect, I mean stop criticizing yourself on trying to get it right, or being somebody else's perfect, or how it should look. Instead of doing it how it gets to look for you, or how it would feel good for you. That's the key. Perfect makes the best understudy, and what I want you to do is to get back into the creative flow by doing what makes you feel good about what you're doing. Go back to one again. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why does this make you feel so good? What are you trying to say? And the third thing is take yourself on an artist date. What inspires you? Listen to music, read a book, even just open the dictionary, read a new word, find out what it means. My favorite thing to do is pick up a book that inspires you and I kind of call it book roulette, where you open the book and you read whatever paragraph you see and take whatever meaning could inspire you from that. It's my favorite thing. Sometimes I do it with my own book and sometimes I put it on Instagram, but these are 3 ways that can get you back into your creative flow. Okay, my last 3 tips for getting back into the flow from when you've stopped is free writing. Very similar to morning pages, where you're getting out your subconscious, you're free writing, just write. Get all those ideas out. Negative into positive, new ideas, old ideas, bad ideas. Get them out of your brain. So your brain is not thinking about it anymore. Remember the artist way, morning pages, just like that. And the next idea is, I love this one. Take yourself on a coffee date. First of all, coffee or any type of caffeine might give you the little perk you need, but take yourself on a coffee or a tea date and allow yourself to have that moment. Whether it's to complain, whether it's to be negative, whether it's to be upset, whether it's to daydream, expand your mind a little bit. Just tell yourself, we're going to do this for just this cup of tea, just this cup of coffee. We're going to figure out what's next. And the final thing I'm going to suggest is collaborating. Call a friend. Call another artist. Call someone that you respect. Call someone that you really like what they do, or that they really like what you do, and say, hey, I have an idea and I've sort of stalled, or I've hit a roadblock. Can I bounce this idea off of you? Get instant feedback from somebody you trust. So those are my 6 tips to getting from stop to starting again, because creativity is a cycle. The thing I love most about thinking about creativity in a cycle, right? So we get an idea, we take an action, we get input, we let it rest. Maybe we stop, maybe we failure to launch, we get inspired again, we take an action. Is that it's not just on that one idea. I sometimes like to remember that creativity ebbs and flows just like that cycle, right? And maybe if you look back on your grateful journal or you look back on your social media and you'll see like, wow, this time last year, I was actually trying to do the same thing. Or you'll look back and see, 3 months ago, I started this project and here I am doing it again. And I don't want you to see it as, I'm being flaky. I can't follow through. What's wrong with me? No, that's a negative mindset. That's limiting self-belief. I want you to see it as maybe this is your creative cycle. This is your rhythm. And I want you to honor that maybe this is the time that it's flowing back into your life and to look at it. What I'm asking you to do at that time is to put a framework around it. Take the idea in. Take an action. Take some input. Take some output. Let it rest. Does it get any further? Are you as equally inspired as you were 3 months, 6 months, a year ago? Don't look at it as a stop. Look at it as a continuation, that cycle. Just put a framework around it, because I believe creativity is that cycle. So now if you liked what you heard today and you feel that your creativity could benefit from having a framework or learning its cycle, reach out to me or go to my website. You can see it below at AlisonRobertson.com and set up a discovery call with me. I love collaborating with people. I love helping creatives find their confidence, finding their flow, finding their cycle, putting framework around it. And if you like this content, please hit the subscribe button or the like button, and I drop a video every Wednesday, and I look forward to seeing you next week.